Good morning, my faithful Lord YouTube subscribers. Today is Saturday, it's March 6th, the year is 2021. So the last few days have been a lot of stuff going on. I had an aunt in Indiana who passed away yesterday. The day before yesterday, maybe it's yesterday, I don't remember. Passed away, so we have to deal with that issue. And here in Atlanta, a friend of mine was killed on Thursday, February 25th. I'm under the impression maybe he was driving home from work and somebody shot and killed him in his car. Some type of shooting took place. He died in his car off of I-20 near downtown. So there have been a lot of shootings in the Atlanta area against people driving on the interstates have been shot and killed. There's still a question. My friend's name was Solomon Howard. I've known him for a little while. Really nice guy. Like I said, I don't know if he's coming home from work or was he out and about. It was like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3 in the morning or something. I don't know where he was going or what he was doing, but he was shot somewhere and died in his car while trying to drive. Lost control of his vehicle and eventually crashed on the interstate, and he died there. It was very shocking to me. He just wasn't the type of person to be that I know of. For something like this to happen to his dad. I think he was a good guy. In fact, I know for a fact he was a good guy. So, very sad that this took place. He's from Chicago. The crazy part is over the last few years, I've met so many people who moved to Atlanta, who came here seeking a better life, and they end up getting shot and killed right here in the city. I mean, I think we have an epidemic of violent crimes nationwide. But in the past 2 months here in Atlanta, since January of this year, they've had a total of 7 shootings, and 5 of them were fatal. They're including him in the 5, even though there's still a question, from what I've read, whether the shooting took place on the highway or someplace else, and maybe he was trying to drive to the hospital. I'm not too sure. And they're not saying anything. The sad part is, my friend in Chicago, Solomon, his funeral is today. And I really didn't find out about him. I knew about the incident taking place on I-20, didn't know who it was until a few days ago. When I was watching the news and they said Solomon Howard, and they showed his car. And I immediately, his car. So people have got to be careful. And this is the interesting part. I was watching the news and they were showing the shooting of another guy from Houston who was shot and killed. And he is here for the All-Star game. He's a rapper who was supposed to perform this weekend, and he got here on Thursday and was shot and killed Friday morning. Thursday morning or Friday morning, 1 or 2. I think it was Friday morning. But I was watching that, and that's when they brought up the other shooting where my friend Solomon Howard had died. And I was shocked, and I was like, I didn't know that was Solomon who had get killed in that car that crashed right here not far from my home on I-20. So people need to be careful coming into Atlanta. Like I said, I know so many people have come to Atlanta over the past few years, and they came here for a better life, and they end up leaving here in a casket. I don't know what it is about these streets of Atlanta. I don't know what's going on out there, because you see, I'm sitting my ass at home. I don't really venture out late at nighttime because the streets of Atlanta has become so dangerous. Every morning I wake up and shooting after shooting after shooting, and it always happens late at night. Although one shooting took place at 12:30 in the afternoon. The question is, who's doing these shootings? Are they all related? Why they, are these shootings somehow related to one another? But is it the same person doing these shootings, or Do they have any suspects at this point? In the Atlanta police, they're not saying nothing, so they're keeping everything pretty close to vest and keeping it very quiet. So I don't know. Excuse me, I'm drinking a soda, y'all. It's not soda; it's actually carbonated water making me belch. So anyway, kind of sad about this. My aunt passed away, and I don't know if they're even going to have a funeral up in Indiana. I don't know what's going on in Indiana. This just happened, and Solomon died last week. And I'm just trying, and it's just been a lot of stuff going on, and I haven't did a YouTube video in a second because I was going through my own little issues over here. Nothing major, all minor compared to the scheme of things. You know, you be thinking you're going through some stuff, and you just trying to figure stuff out, and then all of a sudden you see my friend Solomon. He was 33 years of age, in the process of seeking another move. There's a lot of stuff, positive things are going on in his life that I think were positive. And then just like that, I mean, you wake up and there he is on the news, and I'm looking at his car, and I'm thinking that's his car. And it didn't dawn on me that he had been the guy shot and killed last Thursday, not this Thursday, the Thursday before last. They didn't release the person's name until later. He died in his car. It makes the little issues that I was going through very petty. You know, I wasn't really having any issues over here. I guess I was just dealing with stuff with my mother. Just minor. You know, I'm talking about stuff that don't even make no sense to even complain about. So I ain't going to even mention what I was going through because it was nothing. But I haven't been doing any videos. I'm disappointed. I'm saddened by, you know, my aunt Abby, that's my father's sister, and she lived a good life. She had 3 kids. I have such fond memories of Auntie Abby, all my uncles and aunts. I'm unsure of her age, but those are my oldest cousins, and I know if I'm 51, I will be 51 in a few weeks. She has to be close to 80, maybe in her 70s or somewhere. So I'm not too sure. I haven't had a chance to speak to my cousins. I've called a couple of times. I haven't got any answer yet, but because all this just happened, so I'm like, oh Lord, we got to plan a damn funeral. It's like, oh my goodness, another one. So in the scheme of things, I might be in Indiana over the next few weeks. We'll see. It's funny because the last time I was in Indiana was in Gary, Indiana, so another funeral. So now my aunt, she lives in Gary, right in Gary. So I don't know if they're gonna have the funeral up there in Indiana or they might have it down in Mississippi. I'm not too sure. I need to speak to my cousins and see what they're planning on doing. But I am gonna go if they are going to have a funeral. Who knows what's going on because of COVID-19. But, you know, it's just been a very interesting week. Let me just say that. So, anyway, I was trying to I've been so busy over here, still finishing up painting and decorating and new furniture coming up. Because I finished the first floor of my house, and now I'm just finishing the second floor. Most of the furniture has arrived, and the painters were going to be over there painting and, you know, all that good stuff. I just have to just see, you know. It's just kind of, then it's a cold day. It's cold. I'm sitting by this window, y'all. It's cold out there. I had to take some trash to the dumpster. I went out there. I said, shit. It was just 80. You got to come in and turn the heat up. I said, okay, what happened? It was just 80 degrees a few days ago. What is the temperature? I need a vacation. I finally started putting my name on these lists to get this COVID-19 vaccine that y'all niggas don't want to take. I take your share of it. So I'm trying to get my little COVID-19 shot so I can get on a plane and go someplace and have a relaxing vacation. And don't have to worry about the coronavirus snatching me off that damn plane. But I got to do something. And I got to do something in quick. As it is what it is. I need to begin the process of get my little COVID-19 shot so I can get my ass on an airplane and go someplace. I need me vacation. But it looks like I'm be in Indiana first. Looks like I'm going to be up in Indiana first. But we'll see. I just hate that my aunt passed away in the middle of all this mess because you can't really have a normal funeral or anything like that. I was hoping things would be different. But back to Solomon for a minute. He and I, we had kind of had a rocky start. Here's the funny part. We met because of my YouTube channel. He would send me messages and we would talk back and forth. And finally, we decided we'd meet in person. Another fitness, over my YouTube channel, fitness, my thoughts about fitness. He was just getting involved in fitness. And I took him to the train him a couple of times at the gym. And we were getting to know each other. Really, we would just sit and laugh and talk about a bunch of crazy stuff. He loved Atlanta. He loved it. And y'all know how I feel about Atlanta. I'm over it. But he was from Chicago. He saw Atlanta as this really good place where he could really thrive and do some things. And he loved it. He loved Atlanta. And at least that's what he told me. But he was constantly in Chicago. He had family members. His mom was back in Chicago. I don't even have any idea. I just found a little thing on the internet for his funeral, the obituary. I know his funeral, the wake was today and the funeral was today. There's no way I can get to Chicago that fast because I didn't know anything about it until yesterday, basically, about the funeral. I didn't even know black folks buried folks that quickly. A week later, I guess they do. But he was 33 years of age and full of life. And he was in Washington, D.C. and traveling. And he was doing a lot of stuff. He had been to Miami, Chicago. In the past few months, he'd been to Miami, Washington, D.C. for some type of march. I think it was last year or sometime. He had a lot of positive things going on in this world. Y'all better get out there and enjoy life because you don't know what might happen tomorrow. He had a lot of plans. And I don't think nobody saw, he didn't even see it, nor did I see him being shot and killed on a highway in Atlanta if this is where it took place at. I'm really saddened that this happened. Really saddened by it. So many people are flocking towards Atlanta looking for a better life. And they they're ending up in caskets here. There's something about this town, I can't put my finger on it, what it is. But if you come to Atlanta, you need to be very careful in these streets of Atlanta. You need to watch your surroundings at all times. Do not trust these niggas. Do not trust these niggas. Do not trust these niggas. I'm telling you. Be careful where you're going, especially late at night. Traveling, going places. I mean, I've always felt this way about Atlanta for years. Drunk drivers, road rage, all types of incidents. Nobody knows what took place out there. I think the Atlanta police might have some type of idea. They just ain't saying. But like I said, just January of this year, you got 5 deaths on the highways from shootings. Is it road rage? Did you cut somebody off? Did you get into it? I don't get into people on these highways. If somebody cuts me off, I don't honk my horn. I'm driving. I pay attention to my surroundings. I back off from me. I don't know what these crazy people are going through. I know some crazy people here in Atlanta, all over the United States of America, truth be told. Remember all them crazy folks that ran up in that Capitol not too long ago. So I try to pay attention to my surroundings, and I'm not really a nighttime venture, y'all. I'm serious. All that 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning mess, no. Coming from some nightclub, going here, then no. If I can't go enjoy that and get home by midnight, I ain't going. I just I'm too old to be out these streets these late at night. I don't know. I like to get up the next day and take care of business. I ain't got time to be going getting in bed at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Them days are done. Y'all can stay out all night long. And there are friends of mine and people I personally know who stay out to 7, go to the club and get in, and literally don't leave that club to 6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. What could y'all have been doing in this club all night long? I don't know, because I was in bed asleep. Getting up, getting me a cup of coffee. I think Solomon was a good guy. I'm pretty sure he was a very good guy. And he came to Atlanta with a lot of hopes and dreams. And they died on the side of I-20. Y'all need to be careful about Atlanta and quit putting this city as a destination for black folks, because it is not what y'all think it is. People are putting Atlanta high on that list, and they losing their lives here. And like somebody said, well, it could have happened anyway. Yeah, I guess it could have. I guess it could have happened anywhere. But I've watched too many innocent people come here to Atlanta and lose their lives here. I find that strange. That they specifically chose the city. They were coming to Atlanta, they had to be here, and they died here at a very early age. Random violence in the street or God knows what. So, y'all know how I feel about Atlanta. And I've been here just too long. Yes, one day I do want to leave, and I don't want to leave in the back of a cask. I want to leave in one of these cars and never come back here on my own with a U-Haul full of shit like most other people leave. There was another story here too. A family was coming through Atlanta in a U-Haul, stopped at a hotel overnight, spent the night, woke up the next day, the U-Haul was stolen with all their stuff in it. They should have drove on through Atlanta and went on to a little small town someplace else. They decided they'd stop in Atlanta and spend the night. Worst mistake ever. They stole the U-Haul, and the U-Haul had a hitch on the back. I wish I'd have told them people, y'all need to keep going, go on a few more exits up the highway. Get out of Atlanta metropolitan area. I'll stop at a hotel out in the country. When you get to Atlanta, you want to sail right on through this motherfucker. On 75 southbound, and wherever you go, and keep hauling in, so don't stop. And got the U-Haul stolen, and there's a young family and all this mess. And I've seen this happen a lot here. People pull up in town, U-Haul, Atlanta, go to these hotels, the U-Haul, and get stolen that night. I'm like, who steals a U-Haul? These thieving ass. They steal them U-Hauls, take all the valuables. I mean, it's sad. And somebody's moving cross country. Can't stop in Atlanta. Got to keep moving. Got to get out the Atlanta metropolitan area. You got to go someplace. You better stop down in south of Macon. You know, like I know. And take your chance. I mean, I need a vacation, you all. I'm exhausted and mentally and physically drained. Look like my vacation gonna be to go to the funeral in Gary, Indiana. Ain't no beaches up there open. I'm going to Gary for a vacation. Because I see some of my family members and stuff. Maybe that might be the break I need to get up to the Gary again and see some family members and some friends and stuff. I was there a couple of years ago for a funeral, my cousin's funeral. I get to see my aunt, hang out with them. I don't know, it'd be like a little family reunion again under the most, circumstances that are not the best. But I don't have to get off here, y'all, because today is Saturday and I got to put my maid outfit on because I'm the only maid that's going to vacuum and clean them out these floors over here. Plus, I need to eat some breakfast. It's on 12:30 and I ain't ate nothing yet. I need to eat something and just tired. So I will do some more videos, y'all. People were asking, where you at? What you been doing? There's been a lot going on this side of town. But in the scheme of things, there ain't nothing going on over here. I've been just taking my time. And so I will do something. I want to do another, I forget about, Kevin died too. Kevin Moss, my goodness. Kevin, another friend of mine, passed away earlier this week. From heart issues he had. And I was going to do a video about him, but then all of a sudden, everything went haywire. I said, oh shit, I get to Kevin. Kevin Moss, I'll do a video on him. I was much closer to Solomon than I was Kevin. Kevin, I've known Kevin about 10 years. Kevin and I, we met because of my YouTube channel too. It's a long, complicated story. But Kevin was a porn actor at one point in his life, and I did some series of posts and videos about him. We sat down to discuss this stuff, and surprisingly, Kevin agreed with my take on things about porn and all this stuff. Sadly, he died from heart failure. He had COVID, and he had a lot of issues going on over the past decade, directly related to his acting career as a porn. Kevin Moss, he was known as Flex something. His name was Kevin Moss. But he was a porn actor back in the 90s. Anyway, today is one of them days. It's Saturday. It's about 12:30. I need to eat something. I got some leftovers from dinner last night. I'm ready to eat them as I need it. Today it is Saturday. It is March 6th. The year is 2021. Solomon, I will miss you. I enjoyed the fun, good times that we had, the laughter we had. Wish you could have really, you meet somebody and you get to know the person and you really like the person and they really like you, but you take your time, and we were friends. Strictly, that's it. But we were getting to know each other and enjoyed some really good conversations. He had his thoughts and opinions. I had my thoughts and opinions. He didn't, the coronavirus, we argued about this whole coronavirus mess over the past year. But I see he started to finally put on his mask and wear his mask. So, yeah, you wearing a mask, huh? He's like, yeah, he worked in an environment where he really needed to wear a mask too. But he felt people needed to live their lives. And he was going to live his life. He wasn't going to let the coronavirus stop him from getting on a plane, going to that march in Washington last year, going down to Miami. I mean, he was going to live his life, and he did. And so I'm glad that he did live his life. I'll talk more about Solomon. He was just a really, really good guy. I mean, to me, he was a really good guy. I thought he was a very nice guy. I had no issues with Solomon. And I hate that happened to him here in Atlanta. I hate to see anybody come to Atlanta with dreams and aspirations and it ends badly. But I've seen it happen so many times I've lost count. And like everybody says, well, this could have happened anywhere, and I do agree it could have happened anywhere, but I do find it odd that so many young people come here to Atlanta to lose their lives. That's all I'm saying. I find that to be very strange to me. They come here with dreams and aspirations. They really want to be here. They chose Atlanta, and they end up dying here. I just find that just disheartening and sad, But anyway, let me get off of here. Today is Saturday, March 16th, 2021, and I'll be back. Let me give me something to eat. I'm out of here and enjoy the rest of the Saturday.